little bit. But joining me now is Lauren Exton or Exton. How do I say it?
Exton. Perfect.
Exton.
You nailed it.
And in case you didn't hear that accent,
I'm from Australia.
you're from Australia. Are you living here now? Or
I do. I've been living in Phoenix for 11 months now.
Wow. So you're part of this really interesting program, Glow Exchange.
Yep.
And like it says on our lower third right here, it's a women's a charity that helps women in the U.S. and Uganda. And Mia was telling me a little bit about it. So you're basically going to go to Uganda and teach women how to take care of their hair?
Absolutely. It's complicated, but I'll try and break it down.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going to pull up your website while you
good
explain
stuff.
it to the viewers.
So the Glow Exchange is a program that aims to work with women in America and all over the world, actually, and remind them how much value they have. There's a lot of women out there, from high school through college, through moms out there who forget that just by being born in a privileged country like we are, we have access to so many more resources than so many women around the world. And sometimes we forget how much we're worth. And so this is an opportunity for us to remind those women that they have something to give, and then take what they have to give to women around the world who need help. There is a small town in Uganda, just outside of Masaka, who reached out to our charity and asked if we could help them build a women's centre. And we interviewed 53 women in that small town and found out what they wanted. Things like organic gardening, animal rearing. Organic gardening just means no pesticides.
Okay.
Yeah. So because they don't have access to pay for the pesticides.
Right.
Yeah. So it's not fancy organic.
It's not like Whole Foods.
No, not like Whole Foods.
We want to build a Whole Foods
we want
here
a Whole Foods
in Uganda.
Gardening, animal rearing, tailoring, crafting, and hairdressing was a huge one. So there's 10 of us, 10 women involved from around the world, one in UK, I'm from Australia, there's a few in LA and some in New Hampshire and Boston. And between the 10 of us, we're raising $85,000 before the end of July.
Wow.
I know, it's a big challenge. And then we're going to deliver, while we're fundraising, we're also creating curriculums to help these women build the center basically of their dreams, something that will give them an opportunity to empower their children, maybe to go to a better school because they've been able to earn the money to send them there.
So I actually pulled up the Glow Exchange website. We can kind of go through this here.
It looks cool.
But I guess this kind of gives a bit of a description. And this is this town you were talking about.
That's right. Yeah.
And these are the different Glow Exchangers. And
That's
I saw
right.
you on here. I was
I'm
searching through this. And so these are the different women that are part of the charity that are donating their time to help in this particular area. So,
aren't they amazing?
So Jasmine is going to go over there and help with guidance and counseling.
She is.
Amy's going to help with crafting. Kaori, self-expression. Lauren, that's you, the hairdressing course.
That's right.
Jessica, organic farming, animal rearing, business skills, leadership, tailoring. Okay.
Yeah, and they're all the things that they asked for. We just want to be able to provide them. It's just in 20 seconds, I would know more about gardening than they ever would because I have access to the internet,
Right.
And we've got 5 computers in front of us right now. Yeah, we can just Google.
I was just talking about this earlier on the show with Rick D'Amico, one of our anchors, about how, you just figure out what's wrong with you when you're sick by searching the internet. Or
Dr. Google.
I learned I was vitamin D deficient. I was like, what does this mean? How do I fix this?
You live in Arizona and you're vitamin D deficient?
I was last year when I was in California. I live here now. And I am now. It's because of the vitamin D gummies.
Good stuff.
A lot of people asking questions. Rachel asking Lauren, how did you get involved in something like this? It's a great idea.
Yeah, it's an interesting one actually. I was following Saren Stiegel, who is the founder of the Glow Effect, which is a company that works with women, on Instagram, and I liked what she was doing, and I saw her go to Africa, and I saw her talking about this exchange she was wanting to run, and I just got on board that way. We'd never even spoken in real life, and I was in Australia at the time, and she gave me a call and said, you sound like someone who I really want to work with, and I said, you sound like someone I want to work with, and bam, I became the 5th person to sign on, and now there's 10 of us, and 12th of August we fly to Uganda.
Wow.
It's absolutely amazing. Lots of work to do before then.
I guess, how do you get approved? Like, what if, one of our viewers out there has a skill that they think would benefit the women in Uganda? I mean, could they pitch an idea?
Absolutely, and there's so many ways you can get involved. Obviously, financially, you just go to theglowexchange.org and you can donate. But if you have a service or like you said, a skill that you want to help. Either you could help this particular Glow Exchange, this is the first one we're going to do, or you yourself could be involved in the next one, because there are other communities around the world, gosh, countless, that must want the same help.
Right.
So we want to be able to offer that. So if you have an idea, or if you want to be involved, you just need to start talking to Saren or talking to me or anyone, and you can be part of the Glow Effect. And that's about bringing that glow to the women that you
makes
just
sense.
get.
The name Glow Effect.
You get that glow when you are doing something good for the world. Yeah, and we want to spread that. And so when we help these women, they're going to be doing something good for their world as well.
Right. So this is the first Glow Exchange in Uganda. After this, are you guys going to target other countries? Is that sort of the plan?
Absolutely. This one's the first one in Masaka, and then the aim is just to keep going. And it's all like little baby steps towards empowering women to believe in everything that they are and be everything that they can be.
Wow.
And we have to start that by seeing them for everything they can be first.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's
Rachel's
great.
saying this is a wonderful idea. Share your skills with those who want to better themselves and don't have the resources to do that.
We are blessed just to be born here. Like, just by being born here, we have so much more.
Right.
And if we can share that in the most responsible way possible, like we've seen Western societies go over and try and impregnate their own ideas into countries, that doesn't work.
Right.
So we're all about co-creation and working with these women to, and me telling them how to do something is not empowering them at all. That's taking power away. So we want to work with them.
Teach them.
Absolutely, yeah.
How long are you guys going to be out there for?
We have 10 days in the country. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's short, but it's enough time for us to get our feet on the ground, see the centre that we've built, and then work with the women there who are taking on roles already. They're already putting their hands up saying, I want to be the teacher of hairdressing. I want to be the teacher of tailoring. And we work with them and say, okay, well, how would you like to teach your neighbour how to be a tailor if she wants to be a tailor?
How did you, is your background in hairdressing?
My background is not in hairdressing at all.
I just assumed that was your skill. So.
No, well, these women asked for 10 different things, and we ended up with 10 women from around the world. None of us are hairdressers, actually. But my job won't be to teach them how to physically do hair. It will be to enable them, those women over there who already can do hair, to teach other women how to do hair.
I see what you're saying.
And
so
to profit from it, to make money.
Teach them how to run their own business and actually take ownership of their skill set. Now I get it. Gia Leo, hi Lauren, I love the cause you support. Is there a website I can donate to?
Thank you. There is. So if you go to glowexchange.org, and you can have a look around. We've just had a look with Samia at the website. It's a beautiful website. We're very lucky. And there's plenty of buttons there that just say donate now. So jump on, donate, and every penny helps. So even if you only have, $5 to give today, that's amazing. If you have 50, that's incredible. Or if you know a business that wants to get on board and have like a spare 5,000, tell them to sign up as well.
Wow. Yeah, let's read this. I mean, I guess it says, we need your help. Let's stop the brain drain and tap into women's potential. So I see what you're saying. It's going there and showing them that they can do more.
Oh my goodness,
with their
so
skills.
much. They can. And I think they know that inherently.
That they can make their community better by
They know that. They just
active.
need the resources that we have.
What is it like over there? I mean, what is the environment like, and how are women there, I guess, raised, and what beliefs are they told to believe about themselves?
I've never been to any country in Africa.
Okay.
But from what I've heard from Saren, who is our coordinator, who's coordinating this, she went over and she interviewed the women. She was meant to give a speech to 50 women. 250 women turned up.
Wow.
So they know there's something out there. They know that there's something more. They have very little electricity. It comes in spurts, so they can't rely on it at all. There's no running water in the town that we're going to, where we're building the centre. So no internet.
At all?
Nothing.
Okay.
So they have electricity, and there is like ability for them to hook up to maybe, but they have to pay for every little morsel of data they would ever use. So and they'd have to travel to get it.
So it's not worth it.
Not accessible at all. Or even possessing the skills to use the internet. That takes that. We learned that just because we kind of grew up with iPads already, right? So that's tricky. So and libraries even. There's no libraries. So even being able to find a book to read about how to do something, really tricky. We have access. It's all at our fingertips right now. So.
Like we can teach ourselves anything almost because of the access we have to books and internet and things like that, and things that we sort of take for granted because it's so normal to us. is
exactly.
not so normal for
No,
them.
not so normal to them. So they're living in an environment, in the town that we're going to, it's 80% women. And they do everything. So they raise their children, they cook, they clean, they do the gardening, they do absolutely everything. And, you know, I don't know why the gender disparity, and I don't know why the gap there for 80% women, 20% men, but thank goodness, because otherwise how would they run that town?
You're saying there's 80%
women
of that town is women?
Yeah, that's right.
How does that even work?
They do everything.
But I mean, how did that even happen?
No one knows, because it's supposed to be 50-50, right?
Well, logically, or maybe even like 55-45 or 60-40, but 80-20 seems like such a large...
I could speculate, but
Yeah.
I don't like to do that. But I could speculate and say maybe the men travel to find more money, travel to bigger cities, travel for work.
And
And
then
the
they
women
don't
are
come
left
back?
behind to look after the children. I could speculate, but I don't know that for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where we're going, and that's what we're working with. And these women are, you know, they run a whole town. It's amazing.
That's so cool. Carmina, I love your accent.
Thank you. I love yours too. Even though I can't hear it, I'm sure that it sounds. If you're from America, I'm down. I think you guys sound good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How is that in Australia when Americans come over there? Are people as impressed with our American accent in Australia
Yeah,
as we
it's
are impressed with an Australian or like British accent?
I think it's a novelty. Like anytime
Anything.
you meet someone from another country, you're like, oh, say that, say this, say that. People ask me to say things all the time.
What word are you asked most frequently?
That's not a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Or put another shrimp on the barbie. Or do you like Fosters? They always ask me if I
Australian
like
for
Fosters.
beer,
You know,
yeah.
we don't drink Fosters. It's like a public service announcement. We do not drink Fosters in Australia.
Those commercials were really misleading from my childhood, I guess.
It doesn't taste good.
Will there be a blog about your journey? Rachel wants to know.
Yeah, there will be. So we'll have a blog up on the website, and a lot of the girls already have their own personal blogs. But that's a really good question. We should make sure that all of their blogs are linked on the website so that you could have a look. Thank you. Thank you for your idea.
That's so cool. What other countries is this going to? Any plans for future expansion of this program to other areas?
We have a couple of girls in the program already, of the 10 that we're working with right now, who have relatives in South and Central America.
Okay.
So there's a real chance that we could be heading there next. Yeah. Obviously, there are countries all over the world that need help. So if you have an idea, or if someone's reached out to you and said that they are looking for help, it's something we can always do.
All right, Laura.
There's always women who can help.
Lauren, thank you so much for taking some time and stopping by and chatting with us.
Don't thank
I really
me, thank you.
appreciate
You just told like a million people who wouldn't even know about this. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for stopping by and telling us about it again. You can go to glowexchange.org if you want to learn more information. I know I'm gonna be